Hey guys, this is Shane and welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. Today, hey, it's kind of getting toward the end of the year, and so I want to do 2022, so I want to do kind of a recap, kind of summary status for my Amazon and my eBay selling. So, if you've been following the channel for a few months, back in May of 2022, I started selling on Amazon to kind of diversify my selling channels, which I think is important for everybody. If you to be able to pivot and to there's lots of reasons why you want to do it, right? Just to not have all your eggs in one basket. And that was one thing for me. But the other was to do Amazon with Fulfilled by Amazon, where I send things in and let Amazon, even though there's a fee structure that's extra, let them handle all the shipping, all the customer service. I just send a big box of stuff in and have that complement my eBay business. And I think that it's done that. And what I've been doing is every couple of months kind of doing the newbie seller, even though it's been like 7 months, right? Since I got my first sales in May, I still feel like I'm a newbie on Amazon, but I've been selling on eBay I've been on eBay probably since the 1999 time frame, so over 20 years. Most of that selling something, right? So just as a hobby, as a side gig. And that's what I do, it as a side gig. I've got a day job, and so I'm gonna give you some results from these platforms that for me, as someone that's doing this as a side gig, kind of hobby interest, what might be possible for you, because people ask all the time, can I make money selling books? And the answer is absolutely yes, if you can find the books, if you can source books in your area at the right price, get the right kind of books, learn how to do that, you can make money. So I'm going to give you kind of the example, updates on Amazon, kind of put that in context of what I've been doing on eBay, and kind of what I feel like has been the impact on my business, my book selling endeavors. So, hey, before I jump into that, I'll say thank you. Thanks for the channel views, for the comments. I look forward to your perspective on things and how selling's working out for you. If you're new, hit subscribe, keep coming back. Long-time viewers, again, thanks. You guys keep watching them. I'll keep doing it, and we'll see what happens. So let's jump in. So again, started in May on Amazon, and I think I got my first sale at the end of May, and since May, I have got me a cheat sheet here so I get all these numbers right. I sold 163 books in the 7 months that I've been doing Amazon, for a total of $44,331 of sales, okay? So that makes my average sales price, now that's not profit, but sales price per book is like $26.57, just right around 26.5 bucks, okay? I'll contrast that to eBay shortly, but out of that little over $43 to $4,400 worth of sales, I've made just under $2,200 profit. That's what has gone in my account, what's transferred after all the fees, storage fees, shipping fees. It's what's transferred into my account. So if you do the math on that, around $4,300 to $4,400 of sales and about $2,150 to $2,200 of actually money going into my account, call it profit after everything's said and done, that's about 50%. So I think for new sellers, and I've heard this from other sellers, Mike, the Used Book Guy, which is a great Amazon resource, for media sellers, his contention is that around that 50-50 split, and I think is appropriate. And earlier in the year, I think I had a couple of higher dollar books that sold. Amazon was running, a deal on their shipping, where new sellers, you got a credit for sending in boxes of stuff. And we weren't into this fourth quarter where the storage fees go up, all those things. I was probably running more like 43 to 45% on fees. So I was retaining about 55% of my sales as profit. That number's kind of averaged out. I'm getting to about that 50%, maybe 50 to 51%. So I think for new sellers or somebody that's considering selling on Amazon, that's a good thing for you to benchmark. You can figure, if you sell something there with Fulfilled by Amazon anyway, everything in context I'm saying is with Fulfilled by Amazon, that you get about a 50% retention on your split in profits, 50-50, basically, with Amazon. That's my experience. Now, to give you some context on this, okay, I've sold 163 books. My current inventory is 225. And I have 40 books en route. Actually, I have one box that had 20 books and another box. I have one box that's been there the whole month of December just waiting. It's in Memphis. It just hasn't been processed. So I think it's the holiday season. They get backed up. So I've got 40 books en route, 225 books in inventory. So really over the course of the last 7 months, I've gotten about 450 books into Amazon, but my inventory level is at 225. It'll be at around 265 once these 2 boxes I just sent in will get cleared. Something that somebody says, I often ask, is about storage fees on that. So I have noticed as my inventory's grown and we're in the 4th quarter, my storage fees from Amazon have increased. In December, my bill for storage fees was $19, okay? If you look at that $19 though, I've sold 30 books this month and I've got an inventory of 225 books. If I just use that 225, that's about 8.5 cents per book for storage fees. That's a monthly cost. Now I expect after the 4th quarter, and those fees will go down, right? They always charge more in that, what is it, like October to January, or maybe, there's 4 or 5 months around Christmas that Amazon's fees for storage go up. But people that are concerned about that, 200 and something books, at the Amazon FBA warehouse, $19, around 8 to 9 cents a book. It's not too bad. I mean, obviously, I don't want to pay those fees, but it gives you some context if you don't have perspective or don't know what it is. It's a question people ask a lot. What are storage fees? Now, in that Amazon, my inventory of the 225 that are active right now, I'm not counting the 40 that are going in, I've got 74 books that are in the 180 to 270 day range. And, so I will have to be monitoring that as I go forward in this next quarter, right? You start getting into those long-term storage fees, right? So I've got to pay attention to that. And there's some of those books I just may do the disposal, let them donate, resell, whatever. There's a couple of them that if they don't sell, I may get back. I don't know. I'll just have to, it's something I got to track. I haven't had, as a new seller, I haven't had to deal with that. But in all honesty, if I'm not using a repricer, but I'm trying to manually go in every so often and make sure my price is consistent with what, to try to sell it. If they don't sell in that, if they haven't sold, in 6 months, I need to be looking at them and try to either, really be aggressive on the price or just cut them loose, right? And definitely as the months go by. But I've got about 70 books. That's about 30% of my inventory that's aging. In terms of 225 right now, that when I send in the more, sell a few more, it'll go down. But I need to pay attention to that aging inventory. So anyway, the Amazon, just to recap, I've sold in 7 months, I've sold between $4,300 and $4,400 worth of sales. That's profit of almost $2,200 on 163 books, which gives my per book sales price of $26.57. I'm seeing profit retention of about 50% on my sold price. I've built my inventory to 225. It'll be 265 as soon as these 2 boxes. So it's all positive. Now, I will say I did a video a few weeks ago about, is Amazon more stressful? For me, it is, but I think it's in different levels, right? It's stressful in the sense of the pricing and trying to do that. And I think going forward, getting a repricer and setting my rules will take that down. But it's probably stressful for me because I'm trying to build my inventory. And I want that to be like my eBay inventory, right? It is a lot less stressful, though. I absolutely love the fact that when it sells, I don't have to worry about getting in a box and getting it out the door and handling that myself. It complements the FBA fulfilled by Amazon thing, is complementing what I'm doing on eBay. So I'm one of my things for this next year is to keep building that inventory, right? So now let's think about this in context. I don't think I've ever really gone into this, what I make on eBay on, as an example for people, but an impact of what the Amazon me diversifying. And this is a key point that if you guys are thinking about why you should do it, maybe think about these numbers, right? On eBay, I currently have 659 items listed, and I'm working through my death pile trying to hit that hard this next couple of weeks. I can probably get that up to about 750 pretty easy, but I currently have 659 items. This year of 2022, I actually sold 600 items. So I've almost got like 100% turnover in a year of stuff. Not saying that every book is selling in a year, but in terms of my total inventory turnover, I've got about 650 items. I've sold a little over 600 things. That's kind of a turnover percentage, of 100% turning over in a year, which is nice. I like it. If it doesn't turn, and I'll probably need to cull some things that aren't selling, but I like that metric. But on eBay in a year now, this is not just 7 months, but in a year, I've had $18,000 of sales. Now, be careful with that sales number because that includes shipping and taxes and everything else. So, but when I take what the item sales, okay, the item sales have been about $14,000, which gives me a per item sales price, taking taxes and all that out, of like $21.25. So if I compare my eBay price per item, sales price per item versus Amazon, I'm seeing about $5 to $5.50. The difference between like $21 to $26 or $27 sales price. That $21 sales price on eBay is actually high for me. I've normally averaged around $18 on the sales price. So I'm glad, and I'm looking at my statistics for the year that number is up a little higher, around 21 and a quarter. But I am commanding a higher sales price on Amazon, which is typically what people think, especially with an FBA, with a Fulfilled by Amazon. It typically can get a higher price, right? So that's good data. Now, out of that $14,000 item sales, or the $18,000 with just sales, what has actually been profit into my account is $11,000, okay? So out of 600 something items sold, my profit is like 11,000. So the impact that I want to, I guess I'm proud of, I guess, and for people to think about, if you're thinking about expanding from eBay to Amazon or vice versa, because it can work, depending on how your inventory is set up, it can work both directions, is if you think about, I had $11,000 of profit this year on eBay in 7 months sending things into Amazon, and which is incremental work for me, right? I mean, I still have to do the, I don't have to do all the listings and stuff now, but using FBA and sending it in, it's overall less work, especially on the shipping front, right? Absolutely. But making $2,200, $2,100 to $2,200 profit on Amazon, I've almost, what that boils down to is, by opening up another sales channel, I have increased my profit by 20%. It's in 7 months. So I'm kind of proud of that. I think that's, that's big, broad brushstroke math. This is not trying to be an accountant on it, right? If I had not done the Amazon thing, I would have had $11,000 profit, $18,000 sales, that's taxes and all, $14,000 of items. Take those fees out, roughly $11,000 went into my account. But then with the Amazon, I've got an extra $2,200 going into my seller account. So that is, I like it. Hey, it's a little less than 20%, but let's just call it right at 20%. So that to me is the impact, and that's why I did it. That's what I'm going to continue to do. So going forward, I think for me the big things are to keep my eBay inventory up and going good, and increase my FBA Amazon inventory. And that's what I've been working on. And for me, it's like I've said in some other videos, I'm kind of being picky on what I send into Amazon. And there's certain things like collectibles and older books, things if they don't have a barcode, and things that are probably definitely on let's just say the collectible side, where I want to make sure the photos and the descriptions and things, I have a little more control of that for a seller support to a buyer. I'm more comfortable right now selling that kind of stuff on eBay. there are certain books that I just think sell better on eBay, certain books sell better on Amazon. And when I say better, I mean they can either be faster or higher profit, right? Or higher profit potential. Maybe it's, it could still be a 6-month setter, but I can command a higher price on Amazon. I'm going to send it in to Amazon. So it's kind of that, part art, part science. That's kind of a meld here on which way to go. But that's the update for me. The Amazon and some eBay updates, so that you haven't, I don't think I've really provided in the past. But as a, I guess in closing, I would just say that it's a testament. Again, I don't do this full time, but as a part-time gig, something I enjoy, that's kind of like a business hobby, right? A hobby that's a business, because you're paying taxes on this stuff. It is a business. That's around 13,000, a little 13,200, 13,300 of profit. And so if you're thinking about it, you keep watching. There's lots of video resources on how to find books and sell them. You don't have to do some course. Just get smart, keep learning, and you can do this if you have books in your area. Now, if you live in an area that you just don't get books, all you get's clothes, or all you get, it's going to be hard sledding. You have to be able to find the stock. And that's what I find is, even in my situation, wanting to push my inventory levels, I need to kind of start figuring out maybe some bulk buys, or it's hard to do onesie twosie at thrift stores, right? You got to have bigger buys or sources that you're scoring larger number of books at. And there's different strategies for that. Facebook Marketplace, putting out ads, lots of different ways. And sometimes just pure dumb luck. You just run up on an estate sale or something, and there's just a ton of stuff, or you make a deal, right? So anyway, that's it. Hopefully, it's a scoop, status, some background, maybe some incentive for you to think about doing it. And remember, you see cool, you got to buy cool, and then list it so you can sell it. So we'll talk to you soon. Bye.